Sometimes a person reaches a point where there are no words left to say, no strength left to act. Prayers go quiet, plans fall apart, and hope slips through your fingers like smoke. And right there, somewhere deep inside, a voice whispers, "Let go. Leave it all to God." But that's hard, isn't it? When your mind is spinning with 1,000 questions, when your heart feels like a storm, how do you let go? That's where Ibn Arabi's words touch the heart. Tawakkul is higher than Tawakkul, because one who relies on God still expects something in return. But one who truly surrenders, expects nothing. There are moments in life when you realize there's nothing more you can do. You've tried everything, but doors keep closing. Someone leaves, something ends, and you think this must be the end. But Ibn Arabi said, "In every loss, God brings you a step closer to himself." That's what we'll explore here, the real meaning of Tawakkul, leaving everything to God completely, not just in words but in spirit. Because there's a secret hidden in this teaching that can change the way you see your pain. By the end of this journey, you'll understand letting go is not the same as losing. It's falling into the hands of the one who never lets go. Ibn said, "When people rely on God, they still keep a small share of ownership in their hearts. But those who surrender give even that away." Most people think reliance on God means I'll do my best and God will handle the rest. But Ibn Arabi would smile at that and say, "You still believe your best has power." True surrender is different. It's not just leaving the outcome to God. It's leaving yourself. It's no longer depending on your own strength, but resting entirely on His will. Because in truth, nothing you do brings results. Only God's command brings them. And when this sinks into your heart, it's like breaking free from invisible chains. Picture yourself at sea. The wind howls. Waves crash. You grip the wheel, insisting, "I'm steering this ship." But the ship was never yours. It's in His hands. The moment you stop fighting the waves, you're safe. That's not drowning. That's salvation. Ibn Arabi said, "Surrender is beyond even contentment with fate. For contentment is silence, but surrender is a conversation with God." Many people rely on God, but still fear inside. What if it doesn't work out? What if destiny is against me? But the one who truly surrenders never says that they know God is never against them. He's simply rescuing them from themselves. That's why a surrendered soul even prays differently. Their prayer isn't, "God, give me what I want." It becomes, "God, make me pleased with what you want." And that prayer brings a peace no words can describe. Because once you've let go, nothing that leaves you can break you. You've already placed yourself where loss can't reach. Ibn Arabi said, "If you think you've left things to God while still clinging to yourself, you're still behind a veil." Think about it. How many times have you said, "I've got this," making plans, believing everything is in your hands, and then life blew those plans away like dry leaves in the wind? In those moments, God wasn't punishing you. He was whispering, "Let go. I'm the one who does." To Ibn Arabi, Tawakkul is the greatest form of surrender, but also the purest freedom. The more you try to control life, the more trapped you become. But the moment you release it all, the heart opens. Life begins to flow again. Maybe you love someone deeply but live in fear of losing them. Tawakkul teaches, you can't hold what was never yours, and suddenly that tension in your chest dissolves. The knot inside unties itself. You breathe and quietly say, whatever happens comes from Him. Sometimes life throws you into places you never planned to be. A loss, an illness, a test. Most people cry out, "Why me?" But the one who remembers Ibn Arabi's words sees differently. In everything God does, He shows you yourself, not to punish you, but to free you from illusion. Tawakkul takes you to a point where even fear loses its meaning, because fear only exists when you're still trying to control the storm. Once you stop fighting, the storm turns into silence. Ibn Arabi said, "The one who surrenders is calm even in the heart of the tempest, for God steers His ship." That person prays differently. 2. Not give me this, but make me content with what you've chosen. That kind of prayer expects nothing because it already knows everything has been given. Only the moment of unveiling remains. When you stop wanting to own everything, everything starts coming to you, because you've chosen to be, not to have. And that is one of the closest states a heart can reach to God. Ibn Arabi said, "The one who surrenders is never alone, for surrender is to be with God Himself." Sometimes when life takes something from you, a job, a friend, even a feeling, you collapse inside, and a voice rises. What am I going to do now? But the one who lives in Tawakkul takes a deep breath and says, "Not me." He knows. That's when real change begins, because instead of resisting with your heart, you start trusting with it. From the outside, nothing may look different, but inside something miraculous happens. The world is no longer a weight on your shoulders. You become a traveler, not a carrier. Ibn Arabi warned not to confuse Tawakkul with patience. Patience is waiting quietly, hoping things will improve someday. But Tawakkul is something else. It's saying, whatever my Lord does is already right, even before seeing the result. That kind of trust turns everything, even pain, into mercy. Think of a farmer. He plants the seeds, but he cannot make it rain. He works hard, but the sprouting is not in his hands. Yet he still plants, because he knows the one who placed the seed in the soil will bring it to life. That is Tawakkul. You do your part, but you leave the outcome to God, and then your effort becomes blessed. Ibn Arabi said, "You can recognize a surrendered soul by the peace in their face. Look at such a person and you'll see a calm sea. Waves may rise, winds may blow, but they stay still inside, because they know the one who stirs the storm is the same one who quiets it." A heart that lives in Tawakkul no longer judges others. It understands that everyone is walking through their own test. When they see someone fall, they don't say, "How could they?" They whisper, "Maybe God is testing me through them." And at that moment, a door opens inside. The door of compassion. Mercy walks in. Ibn Arabi said true surrender is not only to God, but to His decree. For destiny itself is hidden mercy. Such surrender doesn't make you weak. It makes you unshakable. Words of others, changes of the world, the passing of time, none of it breaks you, because you're not living with mere patience anymore. But in the secret of Tawakkul, he wrote, "Tawakkul is when the servant returns his will to God's will." So when you let go of something, you haven't lost it. You've just returned it to its true owner. And at that moment, the heart becomes light. Think about it. All your life you've tried to carry things that were never yours to hold. You've tried to control, to fix, to direct, and that's why it hurts. But the one who surrenders finally says, I'm not meant to carry, I'm meant to witness. And then peace dawns in the heart. Ibn Arabi said, this peace isn't just silence, it's divine balance. The heart stops reacting to noise. Bad news, loss, change, they still come. But the heart stays steady because it knows who is holding everything. Here lies a subtle secret. Tawakkul is not only about waiting, it's about seeing. Patience waits, surrender witnesses. It sees the delicate pattern in destiny, the hidden wisdom behind every twist. And this vision doesn't fill the heart with knowledge, it fills it with knowing. Ibn Arabi said, knowledge belongs to the mind, but marifah belongs to the heart. God is not understood, he is felt. The one who surrenders begins to feel God everywhere. When the wind blows, when a leaf falls, when a door closes, they whisper, there's a message in this too. For such a heart, the world is no longer chaos, it's a language. A failure becomes a reminder, a delay becomes protection, a loss becomes a gift, and the heart learns to read them all. That's why even prayer changes. Once you may have said, God, give me this. Now you whisper, God, whatever you choose is best for me. At that point, prayer is no longer a request. It's a meeting. The face of a surrendered person changes. Their eyes lose their panic. Their voice loses its complaint because they no longer say, why me? They say, what are you teaching me, my Lord? Life becomes a lesson. The heart becomes a book, and on every page, God becomes visible. Ibn Arabi said, whoever gives his heart to God finds God within his heart. When you let go to him, you're really inviting him in. And when he enters, fear fades, jealousy quiets, greed dissolves, because when he is present, there's no space left for anything else. Ibn said, the one who submits is safe. The one who surrenders finds. There's a secret hidden in those words. Submission means accepting fate. Surrender means returning your fate to the one who wrote it. To surrender your fate means to return it. The first step is acceptance. The second is trust. Picture this: a child holding his father's hand walking down a dark road. He doesn't know where he's going, but he isn't afraid because that small hand in his knows he'll be led safely home. That, Ibn Arabi says, is the essence of tough, to trust the will of God, to believe even when you can't see, to love even when you don't understand. When the heart reaches this place, even your prayers begin to change. You stop saying, God, give me this. Instead, you whisper, God, make easy for me whatever is best. Because you've learned something sacred. Nothing from him is ever a loss. Every delay hides preparation. Every unanswered prayer is ripening in silence. Arabi said, when something comes to you late, it's not the thing that isn't ready, it's you. Those words hold the core of surrender. Trade impatience for trust, fear for peace, complaint for gratitude. Then the heart leans on God, not to make life lighter, but to make you stronger. True surrender isn't leaving things to God, it's walking with him. He speaks to you in silence, in loss, in laughter. You begin to sense his voice, not from outside, but from within. And in that stillness, something is born. Peace. Soft, quiet, unshakable peace. Even storms stop frightening you because you finally know the wind obeys him too. And then you see it clearly. Anxiety was only the illusion of control. The moment you let go, peace finds you. Arabi called this the highest state of divine trust. He said when the servant leaves matters to God, God leaves the path open for the servant. When you trust, He does not abandon you. Doors appear where you saw only walls. Paths light up that you didn't know existed. Even in your darkest hours, an unseen lamp glows inside you. It means doing everything while letting go of the result. Movement with surrender, effort without fear. For the one who trusts God walks without trembling. And that walk, Ibn Arabi says, is the truest form of worship. He wrote, "Whoever leaves everything to God remains with God. That is the secret of all secrets. When you give your heart to Him, nothing else can claim you. Not the world, not people, not worry, because your true owner is already known." And now, my friend, if these words have touched your heart, know this: it's only the beginning. Watch our other videos now on your screen. Like this video and leave a comment, because this journey doesn't end here. It's just beginning. Before you leave, ask yourself, have I truly surrendered? Or am I still trying to control what was never mine? If these words stirred something in your heart, don't let them fade. Like this video so it reaches another soul who needs this reminder. You share it with someone still carrying the weight you've just learned to release. Subscribe and turn on the bell, so the next time we explore Ibn Arabi's hidden wisdom, your heart will be the first to hear. Tell me in the comments, what are you ready to surrender today? Remember, what you release in trust always returns in peace.